This video is presented by Western and Southern Financial Group, a game plan for your financial future. Every great team starts with a strong foundation, and your future should too. With life insurance built like a championship roster, Western and Southern helps protect what matters most so you can focus on winning today while planning for tomorrow. Whether you're just starting out your journey, building your dynasty, or ready to retire like a champion, Western and Southern has the right play for your life stage. Visit westernsouthern.com to get your free life insurance quote today. Western and Southern, built to win. Let's finish the NFC South by talking about the Saints and the Falcons. The Falcons win this game at 19-17. It's a 4-game win streak that the Falcons end the season on, but that was not enough to save Raheem Morris and Terry Fontenot's job. New head coach and general manager, knew everything. I think new order of operations in Atlanta, a full cleaning of house of what's going on there, but we'll talk about that a little bit more in a second. Atlanta's top 5 graded players as the winners of this game: cornerback D. Alford with a 90.4, defensive tackle David Onyemata with an 85.2, safety Xavier Watts with a 77.6, linebacker Devon Diablo with a 73.0, and offensive guard Chris Lindstrom with a 71.1. Kirk Cousins in this game, a 61.9 overall grade. On New Orleans side of things, edge rusher Carl Granderson with a 92.8. Edge rusher Chase Young with an 85.2. Got 10 sacks on the season in this game. You love to see it. Cornerback Quincy Riley with a 79.1. Edge rusher Cam Jordan with a 76.7. Linebacker Danny Stutzman with a 74.9. And then Tyler Shuck in this game, a 54.6. The reason why this game mattered and the reason why we're talking about it is because Atlanta winning this game means that they're in a 3-way tie for the top of the division. Them, Tampa Bay, and Carolina all at 8 and 9, and because of that, the tiebreakers went in Carolina's favor to win the division.
What an odd headline. First place team fires head coach and GM. Think about that.
It's more odd when you think about them going 5-2 in their last 7 games.
Yeah, winning. You said winning the last 4.
Winning
correct?
the last 4, yeah.
I mean, look, a reset is a reset at this point, and I don't know if you've heard the rumors that it's possible Falcons legend Matt Ryan might be taking a high-ranking front office role with this team.
And I'm intrigued, I think is the word that I will use, right? Matt Ryan's an absolute legend, and so you know that he's going to do everything that he can for the franchise that he had so much success with, that drafted him, and then he just, he became as good as he did for.
Going the John Elway route on us.
That's the thing is how, do you feel good about that? I mean, Matt Ryan, 0 front office experience, 0. And now he's going to go into what we believe is a president of football operations role, which the GM and the head coach will report to. So I believe that the only person that Matt Ryan, if he's in this spot, will report to is Arthur Blank, the owner himself. And so very interesting. Obviously, you love the story of it. If Matt Ryan can be that presence in the front office that they want, you absolutely love it. But it's a risk with him having no front office experience and now becoming that guy that not only makes decisions, but that other people have to report to as well. So nothing's official there, but it feels like we're kind of trending in that direction. Anyways, for this game, Staff told the story. How did Atlanta do it?
I found it interesting, and it doesn't necessarily matter being, like you mentioned, the departure of the Falcons coaching staff now. It doesn't matter moving forward, but I found it interesting that the Falcons, 2 of their 3 lowest pass blitz rate games, okay, because Jeff Ulbrich, their defensive coordinator, had been so aggressive against everybody else this season. 2 of their 3 lowest pass blitz rate games came against the New Orleans Saints. The other one, the third one in that group, was the game last week against the Rams last Monday that really set up this whole chaotic scenario, right? So against the Saints, the Falcons really sat back. They sent a 4-man rush, and for the second time this year, Tyler Shuck was uncomfortable against this Falcons team. Of all of his starts, the 2 lowest passing grades have come against the Atlanta Falcons, and the big reason in this game, once again, a 38.8 passing grade when he was not blitzed in this game. Before the final drive that put them within reach to try an onside kick, that was a 31.4. 16-27, 159 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 2 turnover-worthy plays. He was just uncomfortable against the Falcons in both of these games when they sat back, when he didn't have the deep shots available to him. They sat back in zone coverage, and not having Chris Olave really hurt them in this game. You could feel that he was trying to find and feel for where the receivers were going to be, beating that zone coverage. He couldn't really rely on the wide receivers, especially consistently, without Olave in this game. And in 2 games against the Falcons' standard rush, a 39.3 passing grade. Against everybody else, when he was not blitzed, 82.7. So all of a sudden, I mean, honestly, if there's anybody relieved that it's not going to be Raheem Morris and Jeff Ulbrich on the Atlanta Falcons anymore, it's Tyler Shuck, because he was just fine against everybody else when they were only sending 4. And against this team with all this zone coverage, he really struggled. The interception to D. Alford in the fourth quarter was the biggest play of this game that eventually put it out of reach for New Orleans. But I just found that an interesting matchup that essentially Jeff Ulbrich beat Tyler Shuck the same exact way that he did the first time.
Yeah, and I think that is the stat that told the story here is the fact that Shuck had as poor of a passing day as he did when he was kept clean, when there were no blitzes, when even no pressure, like not just no blitzes, but no pressure involved. His passing grade was right around a 60, I think, when I looked. I'm not sure if the grades might have changed a little bit, but it's a situation where you look at this and you go, that's the goal.
51.8 passing grade in a clean pocket.
In a clean pocket. So it's like, that's the goal. You want the clean pocket. You've got to now be able to operate on the clean pocket. And so the fact that he did not play better with a clean pocket in ideal situations, that's how this game gets to be what it was. And the team winning ended up being the team that won.
And they made a lot of mistakes in this game, too. Juwan Johnson fumbles the first play of the game. The Shuck interception in the fourth quarter. They missed, I believe it was a 54-yard field goal. There was a block punt that led to Atlanta's only touchdown.
Right.
And you remember late in the game as well, he threw a touchdown pass down near the goal line, and there was an offensive pass interference. So there was just, the Saints really did make a lot of mistakes. They outgained the Falcons by over 100 yards. Mm-hmm. They did a lot right in this game, but in the biggest moments, they made all of the biggest mistakes as well.
Most impressive to me was Carl Granderson, just because I want to shout him out here in this game because he was the highest graded player, 92.8 overall grade, 89.9 run defense grade, 92.2 coverage grade, had that interception on the screen pass, which was
what a play that was.
Insanely high IQ play. But then he also 77.0 pass rush grade, had a sack and a half in this game. Carl Granderson was all over the place, and I really do feel as though he is one of the most underrated players in the NFL. Who talks about Carl Granderson? Nobody. And every single time that I watch Saints games, he's making some sort of a difference. You know, maybe not as nuclear as it was in this game where the guy's just absolutely going off, but there are plenty of plays like this that we have seen throughout this season. So shout out to Carl Granderson. Again, I think he's one of the most underappreciated players in the NFL, and he was great to watch in this game.
No, I agree. You feel good about that Saints edge trio of Granderson, Chase Young. You mentioned 10 sacks this year in a year where he missed a few games due to injury, plus Cam Jordan playing well in a part-time role. I think when you look at this Saints team, they need to add more to their offense, but along that defensive line, I think I'd be looking more on the interior to improve more so than the edge rushers. When you talk about next year's starters being Young and Granderson, you feel pretty good about that. My most impressive guy, give me D. Alford, man, 91.7 coverage grade, 7 catches allowed for just 53 yards, 5 coverage stops, and his interception in the fourth quarter, really high IQ play as well, down in the slot, playing the curl flat, and against a double slant concept that had been working for the Saints earlier in the game, baited Shuck to throw the outside slant, jumped it, and made the biggest play of the game. D. Alford in the slot, to me, was the most impressive guy.
Everyone's got takes. Numbers have truth. And the truth is, most people are betting with emotion. Sportsbooks feed on it. TikTok gurus sell it. The hype machine runs on it. That's how you lose. PFF is different. You're betting with winning data. The same data trusted by all 32 NFL teams and the sharpest minds in the game. PFF betting tools take every prop, every matchup, every angle, and run them through our custom models. Built on the best football data in the world. What comes back is your edge. Simple, sharp, and built to win. Want to go deeper? PFF puts a pro-level analytics department in your hands, giving you the same insights teams use to find every advantage. Build your game plan with matchup analysis. Project every snap, every matchup, and every edge before kickoff. Because the smartest plays start long before Sunday. Hit rates show how a player performs against their prop and against defenses built the same way. It's the data that gives you real confidence in every pick. Next, Key Insights translates PFF data into the story behind every matchup, giving you the why that powers your bets. From coverage schemes to defensive looks, it's the context that turns raw numbers into winning decisions. When you're ready to take action, filter through every prop on the market and focus on the opportunities that matter, by game, matchup, or value. Then, shop for the best available line in your area and tap your book of choice to place the bet instantly. Everyone's got takes, but now you've got truth. Bet with data, win with PFF.